Hey everybody, Frugal Farmer here. This is Thunder Road. Thunder Road no longer exists. It was in a theme park called Carowinds. Carowinds was on the North Carolina, South Carolina border. Opened March 31st, 1973 on 400 acres at a cost of approximately $70 million. The unique thing about Carowinds was you could pay one admission price and ride everything all day long. Well, my dad and I were near Carowinds coming back, and my dad always liked going by airports and let me watch the planes land, take off. And I had a lot of fun with it. I knew, if we were going by a big airport, we'd go by there and just sit in the car and watch them. You didn't have all the security measures now. You could get up real close. If you talked with the right people, we probably got out there on the runway or close to it. But anyway, we were heading home, and it was on a Sunday, and I happened to see a billboard for Carowinds. I always called my daddy Papa. And I said, Papa, it would be possible sometimes we could go there. He looked at me, he said, well, let's go there today. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. I about jumped out of the car. I said, are you serious? And he said, I sure am. Well, we went to Carowinds. And sure enough, you paid one price and you got in. See, as a kid, we'd always heard about that, but that was just unheard of. Some people say, well, I went to Carowinds, so they'd get interrogated by the other kids. Could you get in for one price and all? And, what was rides? What all did you ride? How many times did you ride it? Well, I was about to experience all that myself. We went in, walking around, and I don't know how many of you remember, they used to have this barrel ride. You'd walk into it, and the barrel would just turn around and around, and you'd be stuck against the wall for the duration of the ride. Well, the floor would drop down on this particular barrel ride because you were pinned to the wall and there wasn't nothing you could do about it. I got on that, and man, I had a ball. Well, wasn't nothing to do but jump out, run around, and get on that thing one more time. I did that. When I come off of it, I was a bit queasy. My daddy knew I was queasy, and when I was little, well, it's still true to this day, if my jaws start hurting, I got approximately 2 minutes I'm fixing to hurl. And he said, are your jaws hurting? I said, yes, sir. So we went and sat down, and I was near a bush, and I threw up. And I think I'd ate some ice cream, too, so that didn't help matters none. And so I rode a log ride. I rode a few more things. They weren't like that barrel ride, though. But I'm still kind of queasy on rides. Some I can ride, some I can't. I was on a little rocket ride where two people be in there back to back, and you just twirl around and up in the air on this rocket ride. Well, I got sick in that. And the person on the other side was pretty mad with me, but it's one of them things that happens. I was about 17, 18. I got a call one Saturday morning. Didn't recognize the voice, didn't know who it was. They said, we'll be by there in a few minutes, pick you up, we're going to Carowinds. I said, all right. Hung up the phone. I thought, well, who was that? Didn't have caller ID, didn't have no way to star 69 it. So I got ready and I waited. Well, who would it be but my good friend, Buddy? Him and his girlfriend come up and they said, we're going to Carowinds. So off we went. And we rode Thunder Road that day. Rode a bunch of rides, but I did it in moderation that day. And I don't even know if the barrel ride was still there at that point. But we rode Thunder Road. And they eventually discarded Thunder Road, as they have most wooden structure roller coasters around here. They used to have one called the Swamp Fox at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And it was pretty hairy for that time. Now you got this stuff that twirls and spins and everything else. And I don't get on those. I don't see the need to spoil people's outings by throwing up all over them. But my friend Buddy, he didn't marry that girl. He went on to marry another nice girl, and they were talking about they were going to close Thunder Road down. And I asked him, I said, we need to go there and ride it one last time for memory. Well, he didn't have time, and I really didn't have time, but I'd have made time to go with him. But they tore it down, and we never made it. But Carowinds is still there. I hadn't been in a long time, but I'm sure it's still a load of fun. Thanks for stopping by. Come back again when you will. Share, comment, like, hit that subscribe button. God bless.